Hello everyone, and today I'll be playing the Cardinal Park Case Chapter 4. And it is Reputation. While the officer drives, you drift in and out of consciousness, all wrapped up in a blanket. It all goes by in a blur. The car finally halts and you arrive home. Home to Mother. I'm still convinced the mother killed her. Oh darling. Sweetie, I was very sick about you. I don't know what I would have done if they killed you. Alright, she orchestrated that whole kidnapping of him. Mother. It didn't even occur to you that if I hadn't escaped, you never would have seen your mother again. Would have been left all alone. If I had the urge to let out a sigh. But what you now know, you don't know how you could do anything but sigh. Still though, you refrain from confronting her about the pay details in the earring, at least for now. There's a deep feeling in your stomach that you know the truth about this case. When it comes to stuff like this, you've never been a gut instinct type of person. Don't worry about that, Mother. What matters is that I'm back, safe and sound. You know what else matters? Put yourself in danger, again, just like the adrenaline junkie you are. Mother, please don't do this right now. You need to get some rest. Don't tell me to get some rest when you're the very reason I've been awake. Part of you wants to tell her the same thing. Mother, you know what I was in for when I decided to become a detective. If anything, Father's experience should have taught you. Besides, I still think that you'd be better off if something happened to me. Judging by your behavior anyways. You really care that little about your life? You know the real answer to that one, but you're never going to say it to her. I do care, Mother. Let's put this way. If I had no regard for my life, why would I try to save myself? You were on drugs, Ollie. Drugs make people act out very out of character. Alright, you can't deny that. Heck, the drugs even made you said, you're not taking this skinny goth chick alive. Even if it weren't for the drugs, you can't tell if you're batshit insane or not. Speaking of which, why did you tell the officers I was at a friend's house doing drugs of all things? I have neither an interest in drugs nor do I have friends to do them with in the first place. Figured that it would just be another thing you're hiding behind my back. Oh, she's weird. I don't know what to believe anymore. Is she trying to cover something up, or does she really just want me just to view me in that way? Personally, I believe that you're pretending to be friendless just to appease me, right? Ah yes, pretending to be a lonely boy just for the sake of pleasing Mother. It's a no-brainer as to why Mother wouldn't be so keen on how you having friends. But there's no reason for her to get so riled up about it when you don't even have any. It's just like earlier, even when she's saying it as it is, she never believes you. Makes you feel like maybe you do have friends in some weird way. Maybe you really are just absolutely positively delusional. You say one thing, and do the exact opposite. Never considered Emma to be a close friend, and look at how you've been over the course of her case. If anything, it'd be weird for you to be so obsessed with Emma's case if she weren't a friend. It's just, I love you, the real you. I don't want you putting up a mask just to appease me. Well, he has to, because you're crazy. You should be able to be real around me. You shouldn't have to lie to me. But that doing that would just stress the hell out of you, though. Now, when you say be the real you to someone who's been playing an elaborate game of pretend for a long time, it's not gonna fly over too well. At this point, you can feel as if the real you, at least the version Mother thinks exists, is buried in your mind. Mother? Resign or resist? I'm gonna resist because she's pissing me off. I'm not lying to you, Mother, not about friends, drugs, or even how much I care about you. You don't have to worry about losing me. This me is going to stay with you forever. And I don't get why you can't see that. You think I'm crazy? I don't know why I thought that would work. Even if Mother were crazy, you'd be willing to give her a pass. Turning up with her bullshit would cause anyone to go off their rocker. Mother stares at you in silence. Whatever joy she had from your arrival had long since disappeared. Just go to bed, Ollie. You try and muster up the courage to tell her that you know. You know that she was involved somehow. It isn't even like that train of thought doesn't make any sense. So though, how could you do that to your own mother? Oh, he's so enmeshed with her. Probably should get to bed. You do need some rest. There's just mothers that don't let their kids go whatsoever at all. Off to bed we go. Part of you thinks that it would be a terrible idea to sleep right now, not when the perpetrator could be right under your nose. You begin to look at the payment details again, hoping that the Idalia Hollows in the yearbook wasn't your dear mother. Sadly, the billing address is a perfect match. Oh no, this can't be right. There's no freaking way mother would have been behind all of this, right? Even if I'm not going insane, what would a motive for such a beast or such a crime? Sometimes there isn't a motive for a crime, or at least not one you can discern at a glance. Why is he acting delusional? Like, you know deep in your mind why your mother's doing this, to keep you with her forever. Sometimes it really is just the perpetrator was batshit insane. This is the difference, and you know it. Why would mother go out of her way to hire someone to take Emma out? That doesn't sound like an impulse kill. I need to sleep. Maybe the drugs haven't worn off yet. Yeah, we know that's a load of bullshit. Freaking coward. I get that he's in denial. I don't blame him. He's his mom after all, but I know he has an inkling in his head like, she's been crazy this whole time. I fall asleep very quickly, thankfully. If you ever want to confront your mother about what she's done, you're gonna need to be in the right headspace. You wake up to pouring rain. This had better not be a wet. Oh. Nah, you're not like that. You're not that dirty-minded. It looks like those drugs must have done something to you. This place, these trees. Where am I? But don't just stand there. Look around the goddamn place. Hey. What is this? You greet by the sound of a familiar piercing wind. The Brito City has been nicknamed Windy City, so it's no wonder that this sound would be so familiar. I feel like I need to get over to the other side of this river. You might be in a dream right now, but you sure as hell don't want to wake up thinking you're cold and wet. I'm certain that I can work with something in the last area. Okay. Oh. This isn't at all where I came from. Considering my train of thought, I don't think that comes as a surprise. Better get to it then. I need to figure out how to get through this. Okay. What is this supposed to be? Oh, wait. Hold on. You remove the rope from the wooden pole. This pole doesn't have rope. Oh, here we go. That's some more rope. More rope and more rope and oh, I can't get that. This. Let's go up here. Can't go here? Okay, I gotta go over here. I guess some more rope. Okay. Yeah. Oh. He didn't die, did he? Oh, where? What? I guess I have to collect a bunch of rope? Okay, I got 7 pieces. I don't know how much I need to make for a bridge, though. Guess I should hurry up and get through this. It's safe to go with these. Hold on. Because it's red and all. And it's kind of freaking me out, but yeah, that's the best. Okay, I'm over here. Let me get over here. Yeah, nowhere else. Okay. Okay, here. Hold on. Oh, okay, good. I have enough rope. Oh, I can climb up. I had no idea. Oh, somewhere different. Was this an axe? Got no clue who could be chopping trees here, but it's pretty convenient since you'll now be able to chop these logs up. Use what little strength you have to pull the axe out. Okay. Finally managed to get the axe out, though your arms burn with pain as you carry the axe. And we got an axe. And a little down. Got rope, don't hang yourself with it. Noted. Now, how do I get down here? This is the way out. Okay, let me go back. Oh, here we go. What's this? You're not crazy enough to walk through literal fire, are you? Nope, I guess not. Well. The bottom is an inky void, but you hear the faint gurgling of water. Well, there's a random coffee cup. I'll probably put water in here or something. Okay, guess we use this. I don't know what we're gonna use the water for, but I guess we'll figure it out. Oh, I have to use a coffee cup on it. Duh. I'm so dumb. That's why I don't like puzzles. Alright. Go. I gotta do this 4 more times. Yay! There we go. We chop up the log and press Q to destroy it. After hacking away at the log, it finally breaks, clearing the way for you. Okay, got some rope. Hopefully this leads us somewhere new. And out of this place. Finally. Well, looks like you're on the other side of the frozen river. Probably should continue moving. You continue walking through the forest. Even though you're dreaming, the cold air still pricks your face just as painfully as it does when you're awake. This is what they call a lucid dream, right? When you read fantasy books, the protagonist always has some kind of dream that leads them to some grand epiphany. And all their problems are cast away, just like that. You know that it doesn't work like that in real life, but you wish it did. Maybe you'd know what to do if it did. If there was some kind of sign in here. Of all the dreams I could have had, I had to have this kind of mind-boggling dream. I wish that this dream was about father instead. It would be a good distraction from everything. And here you are at the castle? What? I've never been to a castle before. Why is there one in my dream? Alas, you were very, very compelled to enter this not creepy castle. Entering the creepy castle it is. Hello, is anyone there? No answer. This door doesn't budge at all. Looks like it won't be able to. I require an offering. Well, you heard the voice. You need an offering. It's gonna be the little birds. Oh, okay, I can collect the flowers. Okay, nice. That's why I gotta click everything in the environment that I'm in. I don't know what they want. Flowers is an offering, but okay. Please accept this. You hold the flowers to the door. I have no clue as how they're living in this cold, but you don't question it. Dreams never fully make sense. I brought flowers. Will you take them? Hopefully they don't take this as a romantic gesture. There's been too many instances where people confuse your manners with infatuation. Sure as hell hope this isn't the case now. Come on in. Well, who is it? Someone's there. Someone familiar. In dreams, everyone you see is someone you crossed paths with before. And this person? You. You. What about me? The man on the throne stares down at you. Is it his dad? Never have you felt so small, even though you're stupid tall. It's like staring into a cold mirror. You're... Oh, it's him. You're me. How strange. Well, what kind of dream would it be without some wacky cloning bullshit? Why do you look so surprised? That should be how I look. His eyes scare you a bit. They sort of look like Emma's when she... Nope, not gonna think about that. What's going on? Why am I having a dream like this? I need to bring you back to reality. Your head's been too up in the clouds for my liking. Ugh, too high for your liking? I say that I'm already quite grounded. You're the one living in... I don't know what the hell this is. So for one thing, you don't recognize me as your ego. Though I shouldn't be surprised you don't see me. You're sitting atop a throne, how can I not see you? This whole thing, we both know it's nowhere near as grand as the throne other egos have. He speaks as though you know what the hell he's going on about. I sort of get where he's going with this. He still sounds like a maniac though, just like you sometimes. In all honesty, it's all your fault this throne's so small. Constantly tearing us down and whatnot, how could I ever recover from all your beatings? This little talk with your ego was reminding you a little bit too much about the last time with the shrink. Could you please stop? Tell yourself then. Why so surprised? I'm part of you. Kill yourself. Then we'll both shut up. Oh, looks like this isn't gonna turn into one of those shrink conversations. Now that shrink told you you're not trying hard enough to be happy. This conversation with your ego is exactly what you need. Who can understand you better than you, right? Except for Mother, of course. If you're part of me, you know why I can't just do that. Alright, that stupid case you've been whining about. Yes, I have to get to the bottom of it. I was hoping that sleeping would make it a bit easier, but here I am. No, we both know that's a load of bullshit. Says he to you, a man who spent the better half of a decade training to become a detective, just to continue your dead father's legacy. The absolute gal of this, your ego can't be this bad, right? You decide to change the subject. Why am I here? Is this a castle? I invited you in it. No, why am I in this moth forest? Why is this my dream? 1, this isn't a moth forest, this is your dreamscape. And 2, I brought you to your dreamscape. Just to do some stuff for us. Oh, come on. You could be having a dream about how to stop Mother, perpetrator of Emma's murder. Ah, so he does acknowledge it. But instead, you decide to engage in this self-care bullshit. Self-care sure as hell isn't gonna bring anyone back, but why would it help you? I know what you're thinking, I hear it all, that's why this castle is so hollow, even thoughts can echo off the walls. In all honesty, I deserve care for putting up with your constant self-beatings. You really want to tell yourself to, F off? Fine, just pretend I'm, say, your dear mother, how about it? Never have you ever needed to hear your low voice coming out of your mother's mouth. Gore, guts, and viscera? All fine. But your voice coming out of Mother? Hell no. Seems your ego realized that too. His voice shifts into Mother's voice. You do everything for her, like the good son you totally are. So why wouldn't you do it for us? Maybe I'd do what you want me to if you just told me instead of dancing around it. Fine then, I'd like for you to get me some snow. I don't mean the snow outside, I'd like for you to fetch me some from the mountains or right across the bridge. Consistency is just right for what I'm about to do. I'll get to it then. You'd rather finish this up as quickly as possible. Hold on. I can keep you in this dream as long as I want. You won't wake up until you can finally learn what I need you to. And if you decide to go and screw this up, you won't be out for a while. Now, when did your ego become like a mob boss? I know his ego is tired of him. That's why. It doesn't matter. I just have to complete the task as quickly as possible. Nod your head at ego and get to walking out. Half expect them to begin ranting and raving at you in your mother's voice. Thankfully, they don't. Okay, off we go. Seems like the snow or storms died down a bit. Well, what am I waiting for? Should head over to whatever the mountains are. Let's see, my ego told me it's to the left across the bridge. The left to go. This is water, ice. Cold enough for snow to be falling, but not cold enough for this pond to freeze over. Either way, you don't want to go diving in there. You're gonna wake up cold and wet. But Oliver, you gotta get your damn mind out of the gutter. I'm fine, you'll wake up thinking you're cold and wet. Happy now? Okay. Tread through the frozen landscape, having a clue as to why your dreamscape just had to be a frozen wasteland. This thought is amplified by the time you actually reach the mountains. Screw this. What the hell does my ego even mean by teaching me a lesson? I decided to stop thinking about it. It's too cool for you to be thinking about dumb shit like that. Guess that I should start collecting some snow. I don't want to get lost though. Everything looks the same here. You shouldn't feel like you're being watched in this cool landscape, but you do. Aside from that, your best friend here is probably going to be shit that doesn't look so cold. That should help you in some way. Let's go up here. Oh, we are being watched. What is with my dreamscape being a looping mess? Was someone specific? Okay, what is it, these dreams and just being puzzles? Screw this. Yep, you're gonna lose sleep over this. Yeah. Okay, I got snow. You feel the snow pressing up against your body. Really cold. I mean, it should be enough snow, right? Well, let's just take every bit of it. Because judging by how his ego is very annoying. Oh, what's this? Yes, that is blood. You've seen enough of it that it shouldn't even affect you at this point. Oh, okay. Let's ignore that then. Another arrow. Okay, so now I gotta figure out where the hell I'm gonna go. Oh, back here? Oh, this is different. More blood. Okay, moving on. Oh, that's more blood. Huh, okay. I don't know which way I should go. Go back this way? Is this the right path to take? I could be wrong. I'll save this. Yes, all over his blood. Oh, an eye. Goodness, your mind just loves random gory shit. Oh, we leave this here? I guess so. Someone's body is floating? Oh, I guess that's his friend, huh? Is it normal? Okay, let's just let her float, I guess. I guess this is to help him see the truth. I feel really cold. Back over here. This? Oh, book? This book. It looks familiar. Now I remember. You pick the book off the cold ground. Snowflakes flutter about as you brush white powder off the book. Father would read this to me when I was a child. Even though I don't remember the exact details of it, I know that it made me happy. Maybe it was because of the story? No, it couldn't have been that. When Mother would read it to me after Father died, it wasn't the same. It was like she was expecting you to feel happy. And when you didn't jump up and down for joy like she wanted, she seemed disappointed. I remember that Mother threw the book into the fireplace one day. She was done with it. Ugh. She was done with my ungratefulness. Thinking about it still makes you feel sad. I tried to find the same book somewhere, anywhere, but to no avail. I'm sure it went out of print. Even if you could find it in some sort of vintage store, you're sure it would cost far too much money. Money that's better spent on Mother. He's still so enmeshed with her. You sift through the pages of the book, trying to see if there's anything in there. Trying to see if you could regain your memories of those childhood days somehow. Felt empty. Doesn't make sense. I can't remember what was in this book. Why would the memory appear in my dream? Guess it's silly to hope. I feel your body shaking a bit. I should head back to the castle. Freezing out here. Oh yeah, you're definitely shaking because of the cold. You barely hear anything but the high-pitched wind and the snow under your feet. Your childhood memories are fragmented. You remember bits and pieces, yet it's not enough. More than anything, you want to turn back the clock and go back to before Father died. Your life is split into two parts, before Father's death and after. You don't remember too much of the before, you remember everything since Father's death. You remember exactly when he died. It was a few days after your birthday, you rushed home expecting everything to be all fine and shit. Far cry from the paranoid man you grew up to be, only to find... You could tell something was wrong, even when you were just 10 years old. Cold skin is what you remember. Oliver, what are you doing here? You shouldn't... Blood poured out of his mouth. That was the first time you've ever seen so much blood. It wouldn't be the last. You don't remember how the bloodstain remained in the carpet for a few weeks. After regaining composure as much as you can when you're dying, Father told you, Oliver, take care of your... Okay, so he was killed in his own home. Asher, what? Oh no. As soon as Mother entered the dining room, Father's eyes fell upon her. He never finished his last sentence. And to this day, you're certain that he meant take care of your mother. You're sure? Because she was in the house and she didn't notice him dying? Which is what you've been doing, even if she's dripping up the walls with her antics. You just can't abandon your father's last wish. You just can't abandon Mother. It's all you have left in this world. Seems that your ego changed back to his normal appearance. You don't know how you've been able to deal with him looking like your dear mother. You get ready for another one of his stupid requests. What, is he gonna tell you that he needs water next? Why the fuck can't you just get it for himself? Took quite a while, got sidetracked. I'll take that as a yes. Why does it matter to you? You said it yourself, you can keep this dream going on forever, so you've got all the time in the world. Unless that bitch kills you in your sleep. Shut up. We both know there's much more than an ounce of truth in that. You're just too much of a motherfucker to accept it? Did you not? You know I'm right. You're her little bitch boy, and you've dragged me down with Drew like a crab in the bucket. Well, could you not call me a motherfucker at least? Your ego's having a blast watching you lose your cool. Fine, but you really need to stop doing everything she says. It's undignified. How do you suppose I do that? See, if I don't have the answer, then you sure as hell don't either. Well, go screw yourself. Nope, not gonna go screw yourself. Anyways, it got to snow. Hey, I feel like a drug dealer right now, especially saying I've got the snow, mister. What on earth is he gonna do with all that snow? Alright, this works. Is that all? Of course not. Go on then, what do I need to do now? Now I need you to head into the ice caverns. There should be a chest at the end of it if filled with some stones. I'd like for you to go get it. On it. Stones, really? Oh, so loud. Doing entirely too much. This doesn't feel like the right path. Where's the stone path? Ice path? Over here? No, I guess it's over here then. Unless it changed. Oh, we can go down. Okay. Climb down the side of the cliff and wind up at an ice cavern. With a shit ton of water. Alright, Mayuko said that the chest is at the end of this cavern, right? Now I just have to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get there. Oh, it's one of these. What does this say? This is really a dream. It reads, freeze every ice floe to clear the path forward. You can backtrack on the white ice floes, you can't on the blue ones. Your jump? Okay, so I could just... Okay. I can back up on these. Alright, this is simple enough. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Let me jump. Yeah, so you gotta fell into the cold water. It hurts like hell. Dang it. Thankfully it didn't kill you. I have to be more careful. Oh, okay. It was that simple. Again, with the simple puzzles. Not my thing, I guess. Looks like the waterfall stopped. Got to step on every one. I don't know why I'm like this. Ugh, man. There isn't anything blocking your path for this room. Looks like it's just a matter of figuring out which way is the right way. Maybe it will still be a good idea to step on as many ice floes as you can, though. Okay, I think I'll just go the red one. Yeah. Met. Oh, my bad. Well, waterfalls block both paths. Thankfully, I doubt you're gonna have to freeze every ice floe in this room. Probably only every ice floe on whichever path you take. Okay. Over here? Are you freaking kidding? Oh, okay. I thought I fell in the water again. Except the waterfall stopped. Perfect. No! Oh, come on! Looks like your dreams are just filled with shit ton of puzzles. Yeah, they really are, man. Please work. Finally. Managed to reach the end of this godforsaken ice cavern. Finally. You open up the chest to reveal the stones you need. Glad that's done and over with. Put them in your coat pockets. I could fit in your coat pockets. What's going on? Okay, the eyes. Out comes a hand trying to grab at you. Thankfully, you didn't fall into its grasp. Still, the hand remains. So does the feeling of your body being scanned by leering eyes. You walk the hell out of the ice cavern, trying to ignore the eyes blinking into existence. It wasn't very comforting. It's the denial of yours. Mrs. Lucia wouldn't be too pleased with how your coping habits have deteriorated. Although the last therapist you had probably would be happy with you manning up. 2 years ago, probably. Would anyone believe me if I told them? You wait outside the office with Mother. Just celebrated your birthday this week. Most people would think it's weird to have a therapy appointment at this time. I think you have a pretty good reason though, given what happened on your birthday. Even then you wanted to speak to Mrs. Lucia anyway. About the looming dread of adulthood. Everything about it scared the crap out of you. When you hit 18, all of a sudden you need to be even more put together. You have to know how to do everything without even needing to ask how. At least when you were a kid, you had the safety net of, oh well, I'm a stupid little kid, of course I don't know how to do this. That excuse turns moot once you hit 18. Not to mention that Mother can legally kick you out now, onto the cold, desolate streets of Libretto City. Obviously, if that happens, you're either gonna die of starvation, getting railed by random people, getting stabbed, huh? Or anything from an endless array of possibilities. You're thankful that she didn't kick you out. You thought that you would be her gift to you for turning 18. But you can't tell if that's actually happened is worse or not. But I'm still lucky though, right? Lucky that Mother loves me enough to deal with me. The thought's comforting like a slice of coffee cake. The moment you take a bite, all you can think about is that sweet taste. It is comforting for some time. But when you're done picking out a cake, you feel gross. Your mouth, lips, stomach all feel disgusting. You want to purge it all out like it was never even there. How egotistical would it be to believe in Mother's love? Aside from all that, though, you wanted to address feelings of revulsion. It isn't a first for you to feel that towards yourself, but in the wake of what happened, you really could use some help. Before you go deeper into your thoughts, though, you hear a voice coming from the door. The door slightly creaked open, though through the little gap you're able to see. Definitely not Mrs. Lucia. The man looks like the complete opposite of her, sure as hell sounds like the opposite. This man is an absolute hunk, intimidating even to you. Mother, where's Mrs. Lucia? She's supposed to be here today. Are we even at the right room? Holly, you're already late for this godforsaken appointment. Get in. Stop wasting my damn time. But if you're gonna keep nagging me, then fine, I'll tell you. Don't say I didn't warn you when I do tell you. Ignorance is bliss. Ugh. Don't like what Mother might be implying. Alas, you can't pester her about it until you get this appointment done and over with. Only inside the room that you're able to really get a feel for this new therapist. His cologne overpowers your nose with a musty, sweaty odor. Gross. You haven't a clue as to why a lot of men love the smell like sweat. Nevertheless, you ignore the odor. You'll put up with it if he helps you, right? Not to mention that you've always been a bit too effeminate for a man. Maybe you're just overreacting? Nothing wrong with that. Good evening, Mr. Cypress. I'm Richard Hampton, but you can help me Dr. Hampton. I'm gonna be your new therapist from here on out. Oh. New therapist? Nice to meet you, Dr. Hampton. I'm here hoping you put in the maximum effort to bettering yourself. That way I get paid, that way this little meeting's productive. Right. You sit your ass down on the leather couch. It's warm but not too cozy. In fact, it's a tad bit too hot in here. So kid, what's troubling you? You could take a spin at the old big wheel of disorders. He'd rather try to pick something out methodically. Growing bored by the silence, Dr. Hampton goes over to retrieve your fat case file. He then begins to shuffle through it, graciously giving you a judgmental glance here and there. So your fat file over here says, speaks like you're a small child. Stupid small child at that. I might be ill, I'm not a freaking idiot. Oh, oh. He's not a therapist. I'm some slack on the judgy stares. Shit in that file would make anyone concerned. Hell, you're sure that if any press can get a hold of this file, you'd be blacklisted from every detective agency in the city. At the same time, though, you just want to tell him to stop reading it. The shit in there's been bothering you for as long as you can remember. Not even with Mrs. Lucia's help were you able to combat it. You'd much rather speak about the more pressing issue, the one you might have a chance at solving. This punk can just give you some good advice. Finally, Dr. Hampton finishes shuffling through the file. After around 10 minutes, you lost track of time. In that moment of inactivity, you sort of came out of your body and went into your head. Better that this appointment finishes up quicker, though. So, there's a lot of issues we could speak about today. I'm well aware of that. Your sharp voice dripped with icicles. The last time you spoke like that here was when you first missed Mrs. Lucia. That always seemed to happen with strangers. Maybe that's why you can never break the ice with people. No need to restrain yourself so much. Apologies. Don't apologize. Most therapists will try to dissuade you from apologizing so much because it screws up your self-image. However, Dr. Hampton is very much not like other therapists, for better or for worse. Yet no real man apologizes like that. Okay? You don't know why you're sitting on the couch. Couches are meant for lounging, not sitting so rigidly. Pardon? Jeez, and stop with the itty-bitty sentences, boy. No one's gonna take you seriously like that. Please realize this isn't worth your time. Dr. Hampton is just telling you shit you already know at this point. Time's still passing. White snowflakes fall outside of the window. Feel cold. You feel cold. You feel cold. I was able to tell what your problems were just from looking at you. You gotta work out. Get those endomorphins pumping instead of just sitting on the damn couch being a freaking whale. Drink protein shakes. Ditch coffee all at once. What? Sounds like a gym bro. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Maybe you can handle one at a time, working out or ditching coffee. But there's no way in hell you're gonna do both without throwing yourself out of the window. Mrs. Lucia never suggested anything that made you this apprehensive. That was something doable to your sorry ass. It all goes by in a blur. Dr. Hampton rambles about exercise and all that good shit about getting ladies. In all honesty, you might just consider it. If it weren't for the fact that you spent way too much time at the gym last year only for your waif-like build to remain. Not to mention that you have zero interest in ladies, not after what happened. That tag on his coat late post says something about sports medicine. Makes sense why he's pushing exercise so hard. And that's why if you don't buy my protein shakes, you're gonna be a sad bum. Any questions? No questions. An automatic response. I'd much rather not fall victim to a protein shake pyramid scheme. Aside from that, there is something I would like to speak about. I don't fully remember it, but it all started with this woman. The memory is buried under an avalanche in your mind. You don't know where it is and you never want to find it. You'd much rather go on with your life without it. The words came hurling out of your mouth so quickly that you can't register them. All of that practice in your head was for nothing. Dr. Hampton stands with a face of stone, very similar to how you hold yourself. This woman, like that woman that his dad was seeing, supposedly having the affair with? I don't know. Maybe it seems like it. You hate the feeling of tears crawling down your skin. Even in therapy, when you're meant to spill your feelings, you hate it. Haven't turned to ice yet, which means you can still hurt. Tears are the perfect ammunition for people seeking to do harm. The only positive is that they help people empathize, right? Not that guy. The warm tears are all that keep you from zoning out. In hindsight, you wish that you had zoned out. You're one lucky man, you know? And what now? A shivering voice breaks out from your lips. Lucky, that's what you are? So lucky that you spent that night trying to drown yourself in tears? That for the first time in a while you wanted to join Father? The science makes you want to walk out into the snowstorm and squeeze yourself. Turn your disgusting skin to pure cold ice. Pure cold hard ice that nothing can penetrate. Not words, not people, nothing. Glimmering perfect, untainted ice. All without the tears you spent only to become a parody of perfect, only for it to be stripped away from you when you finally had it together. Hope that on that night your well of tears would run dry. With hardships comes character, right? After all, no one likes someone who hasn't been through something. You were already so hateable before, at least hardship can make you better. But of course it doesn't work like that. No freaking shit it doesn't. As if it did, when Father died, you wouldn't even be in this damn office now. None of that shit made you stronger, it turned you into this. You slowly fade out into the background of Dr. Hampton's marriage, drinking, sex, and gambling problems. It was apparent to you that this is his session too. You were supposed to get help. Instead, you're just sitting in this hollow office crying, listening to a 40-year-old man prattle on and on. While in the background, you hear the ugly tears from your face. You tune back in to hear Dr. Hampton's words. Like, most guys never get any sort of female attention, you know? And they don't complain about it. Yet here you are moaning about it. I bet that if you didn't get any ladies, you'd still be here, whining away. I see why Mrs. Lucia couldn't handle you. Quickly deduce why Mrs. Lucia isn't here. Well, kid, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, I'm saying that you're a lost cause. I already knew that. Why can't I move on from all of this? In hindsight, maybe it was a bad idea to become a detective. Given your experience with death and all, and your inability to freeze over. Dr. Hampton promptly dismisses you. You adjust your coat and rush out the door. The most useless therapist. I don't think he's a therapist. Adulthood has brought nothing but despair to you so far. You wish to turn back the clock to the night before Father died. So, how'd your session go? Hope she doesn't notice the dry tears on your pale face. That bad, huh? We speak about it outside. Mother looks displeased. Very standard for her. The two of you exit the office. The wind wails, carrying small white snowflakes through the air. People always say snow makes everything look so whimsical. Sure, you agree that snow's pretty. You don't actually find it to be whimsical. Not when it cuts all the color from the already dull streets. Besides, you've never been one for the festive aspects of winter. You prefer the gloominess of a cold day. You can't tell if Mother is displeased because you're making her stand out in the cold, or if it's because of the appointment. You're already feeling the crisp air sting your body. It must be worse for her. Mother, I didn't want to speak about it in there, not near him. Talk about your new therapist like that. What I don't get is why you didn't tell me about this new therapist beforehand. Oh really, I did mention that Mrs. Lucia wasn't here. Should have pieced it together. You made it out like she was on the break. Did I now? Or are you just trying to shove the blame on me? Could have at least told me before the appointment. Ugh, it's no wonder Mrs. Lucia's taking a permanent break from you. Tell me yourself. You're an adult now, with zero signs of improving. Poor woman can handle you. Can you blame her? Not even Mrs. Lucia have faith in me, huh? Alright, so you switched me over to Dr. Hampton. That makes sense. I'd like to know why you didn't tell me. Oliver, if I'm tired of you, which makes you think other people will put up with you and your issues. And bingo, you're right on the head. That's what everyone and their mother's been thinking. Why do you waste every part of your mother so much? Her money, time, energy, her love. What's the point of any of that if you're just going to never change? I'm a bad mother now, right? Ugh. Mother, this doesn't have anything to do with your parenting. And why are you looking at me like that? What else am I supposed to look? For one, you're not supposed to be getting all sensitive with me. I'll stop when you tell me why you didn't give me any notice about Mrs. Lucia. And here we go again. I had no time to prepare for this new therapist. I really wanted to get something off my chest with Mrs. Lucia. Why not share with me if you're itching to let it out? I don't want to burden you. Oh, so now you care about burdening me with all that shit. Even though you already made me burn money and time on this sorry excuse of a therapist. You know that I have a degree, and I'm your mother. I should be more than qualified to hear your problems. Sometimes you feel much more like how father felt when it comes to mother. And that's more than sugarcoating it. You much rather mother stop caring. The more she worries about you, the worse you feel. Two of you get into a taxi and drive the heck away from the office. Thank goodness, no way mother was going to walk in that cold. As you gaze out the window, you feel cold sweat creeping down your back. Ollie? Ollie, sweetie, what's wrong? Barbie wants to tell her about how she's made everything worse for you. About how her lack of understanding made you feel even worse about everything. About how what she did to you is going to follow you to the grave. Mother hadn't switched you over, today would have been the perfect day to get it all off your chest. You know by the next appointment, if you even have one, the memory will be clotted like a scar. Her finger barely grazes your coat. Wow, just wow. Mother whispers, not gently though. Drink into the corner of the car. Gazing at the snow outside makes you wonder if its purity could cleanse you of everything. You're so boring, Ollie. I'm your mother for goodness sake. And? Well, she was just making everything worse. The ego remains atop the pedestal. All the while, something looms above him. You see it. It's scanning the hollow throne room. You decide not to mention it. So, I see you have it. You gave him the weird-ass stones. To you, this feels like one of those stupid book plots where the protagonist has to fetch arbitrary shit to make stuff happen. You're getting all misty-eyed. Don't bother with the mask in here. I know every part of you. Why am I reliving these memories? Could you at least tell me that much? Don't look at me, I haven't a clue either. How come I can't remember half of my childhood while these memories resurface? Why am I able to remember every detail of those horrible memories? You know what they say in Journalism 101, bad news means good attention. Same thing applies to what we remember. Ugh. Like, I don't make the rules when it comes to what we remember. But it isn't so bad. You know, a little something called learn from the past and not screw up the future. You know, learning that nothing's gonna work on that woman you call a mother. I don't know why any part of me would feel that way towards mother. Does there even need to be a reason? You still feel it, I know you do. In all honesty, you'd be even crazier if you didn't feel that way. You should know. And it's because of father. You literally can't hold on to that woman any longer. Are you sure you're not the one behind those flashbacks? Maybe I am, but so what? You're still gonna relive it with or without knowing if it was me. Better you relive it now rather than later. Wouldn't want the perpetrator to get away. Just quit it. I can't think of any motivation for her to murder Emma. Can't think or won't. 1 point for your shitty ego, 0 for Oliver. Stop being so dramatic. Oh, and there it is, mother's exact words, right down to the tone. Sorry? And another thing. If you can't think of any motivation, why are you still toiling with the idea that she murdered Emma? The murder was so methodical that there's no way in hell it wasn't thought out. Don't do the pulling, oh, it was a crazy axe murderer. What is it that you want? Carrots. No, I mean, what's the bigger picture? That's some underlying motive behind all of this, right? Oh shucks. Yeah, all I want are carrots. Why am I making you go on this big ass quest? Satisfied my god awful carrot craving? I want your head out of the clouds. This case won't end well for you if you keep on denying Mother's involvement. But I doubt that your life's gonna go well if you keep on defending her. You had to hear it from someone, and it sure as hell wasn't gonna be that monster of a mother. Yep, this is all hitting a little bit too hard for you. Just tell me what I need to do. Alright, fine. The sign should point you to a plot of land, and there should be carrot seeds somewhere for you to grow. Just harbor as many carrots as you can. Got it? Ego hands you a watering can and you get the hell out of there. Oh, so loud every single time. You don't really know what's going on with this dream anymore. Me neither. The words your ego said ring in your mind. And dwell on those for too long, gotta get carrots. Of course, you haven't had a clue what someone meant to do with a gazillion carrots. Ah, statue of his mother. Really? They've been haunting his subconscious. Thankfully, this area doesn't seem too bad for farming. Guess I better get to it then. Don't know yourself, to have the best green thumb. Gotta put it to the test, though. Ugh. Gotta do work in your dream? Oh, how terrible that is. Ooh, a sharp and pointy sight. Badass and perfect for harvesting. Pick it up. See the statue of your mother. Statue looms over you. Looks like you have to bow down and pray to it to turn back time if you think your luck is shit. Oh wait. Okay, I see. You only need a carrot seed to plant stuff here. Is it in the snow piles? Carrot seeds. Snow. Carrot. I gotta plant so much of it, right? I don't know why specifically carrots. Like, carrots just snack on? Like, carrots are not that good. And here. Any more carrots? I think that's enough. Looks like you're out of water. Go and refill the damn thing. It is a lot of work. What the hell? Is that a freaking hand? Who are you? Yeah, let's just harvest it. Not helping one. Wasn't in the snow for there to be hands poking out. Felt like I was trying to grab at me. Why the dreams been so freaky all of a sudden? Oh, the hand. I'll miss this. I know that the hand in my pocket shouldn't be moving, but it feels like it's trying to crawl up my skin. But still, I'd rather know where it is than not know. Am I done here? The hands, they feel like they're moving in your coat pockets. And they watch your fragile body. You somehow feel like they see right through the thick coat and sweater. It's too familiar. Like the way she looked at you. Vague images swirl in your mind of something you wanted to keep buried. Your numb body crumbles to the ground. You hate how visible you are in this snowscape, like a black spot on a white canvas. No, please don't. Please, I can't relive that. Not now, not when I... They swarm around you like vultures researching for their next kill. No part of you is safe from them. Neither is your mind. Ice cracks in your mind. It was there specifically to prevent... Everything floods in. All you've been running from. All you've been denying. And just like a flood, you can't stop it. What's going on? Now I'm even more confused. On your 18th birthday, after a long day out with mother, you return home. Seeing how it is winter, go up to your room to change out of your heavy coat. It's too hot in the house. The door is completely locked. But you still feel like something's here with you in the room. Someone. You decide to chalk it up to your general paranoia, though. As someone who reads into crime too much, you think that just about anything could kill you. And what you always take away is that something could have been differently. Maybe you locked all the doors, the robbers wouldn't break in. Maybe you hid all your valuable stuff, the robbers wouldn't even be there in the first place. Maybe you would just move the hell out of the city, you wouldn't be shot dead by those robbers. That's what you take away, that you can never be too careful. Alas, Mrs. Lucia had told you to challenge these thoughts, come up with negations. Something like, no, statistically speaking, the oven isn't going to combust and kill us all. Or maybe something along the lines of, no one's watching me change, the door closed shut. The thought works for now, at least. So you focus on the fact that you're an adult now. Hip hip hooray! Adulthood's so nice. It's the time of taxes, working, and loneliness. Yay. Let's be fair, you're excited about becoming a detective. You just dread everything else. Today really was the last day of my childhood, huh? If I could even call it that. But what with the last 8 years? At least today was good. So glad mother didn't get drunk while we were out. Along with that came the distinct lack of yelling, kicking, and throwing wine at you for not holding your hand. Though that does sometimes happen when she isn't drunk. I feel like his mom has I don't know, disorder or something. Like, she really cares so much about herself. Like, if Oliver isn't there to, just be there, it's like she makes herself be a victim of everything. Can't help but give her a pass when it comes to that, though. It's around this time that father died. No wonder emotions are so high. Besides that, mother's taking my adulthood quite well. Can't help but think that this was a calm before the storm type of situation. Sort of like how before Liberto City freezes over, the weather is unusually pleasant and warm. You bury that thought under an innocent snow. Like you do with so many other dishonorable thoughts. Oh, that's why everything's buried in snow. Well, what am I waiting for? I better start changing. Begin to slip up your coat. Correction, not your coat. It belonged to father. Mother insisted you wear it. She figured you have grown into it by now. Indeed you did. You're practically the spitting image of him. See, this worries me. She's using him to replace the dad in that gross kind of way. Keep thinking of it like that, and I can't help it because of the way she acts. Just like father, while you were out on the streets, you managed to attract the gaze of several women and men. You were sure it wasn't from revulsion this time. Surprisingly, you don't hate yourself today. Not as much as usual. A good start to adulthood and a perfect end to your childhood, even if it wasn't perfect. Ugh, the hell? Is she in the closet? Oh, I knew it. I knew it. It doesn't occur to you that she's watching. Your mother swings open the door, with a rather cross expression glued to her face. Quickly shrug your coat back up. Oh, so she just unlocked? Okay, maybe it's just better she wasn't in the closet. And here she is, right in the flesh, pissed at you for some reason again. What did you do this time? If you did do something, how did you not realize it? If you did realize it, didn't you apologize sooner? Your mind's going off on a pretty bad tangent. You generally don't know what you did this time, which is pretty normal for you, but this time you really can't think of any reason. You can't just have this one day without her going off on you, can you? Oh, mother, what are you doing here? This is my house, Oliver. My room. What? If he does try to move out, she'll be going crazy. I was going to change. You're an adult now, aren't you? Right? You're grown out of me, haven't you? What? No, I haven't. Why else would you lock the door again, even after telling you dozens of times to leave it open? Ugh. I was changing my clothes. The straight truth. Nothing admitted, nothing sugarcoated. I don't want your excuses. I want your door open because what if something bad happens to you? That's exactly why I lock it. So I'm a threat to you? See, she makes herself a victim, like, it makes me think she has something. No, I didn't mean it like that. What's got into you? You're grown out of me, right? Because where's all this coming from? See how you're now yelling at me? This is the first time I'm hearing about growing out of you. You're hoping that mother wouldn't fly into a rage today. Oh well, a man can only dream. You want to know what I think? You show me and don't give me the, "Mother, I don't really think that." You should have learned that actions speak louder than words from your stupid journalism class. Here you are, locking your door, leaving the house without telling me, and giving those whores the time of day. Ugh. Where'd that last part come from? You're so happy that you're getting attention from a bunch of brats, right? I love the way you looked at those bimbos. I'm just happy that I look decent for a change. Y'all know no one likes a narcissist, Ollie. Yes, that's what she is. I was afraid of calling her that because I feel like there's different types of narcissism, but like, she feels like a narcissist. It's very projecting very hard. Aside from that, it's like I've been telling you, I'm always going to be your child, even now that I'm an adult. And you're always going to be my mother. Something you had to reassure her too many times. You sure as hell don't act like it. I already know every inch of your body. I carried you after all for 9 godforsaken months. Why hide from me if you're my child? It's not appropriate. You had no problem allowing those bitches to look your way. I don't give a shit about those sluts. They're just like every other homewrecker out there. Huh? You're my baby doll. Mine. People can look at you all they want. Why else would I take you everywhere with me? But you just can't give attention to those lustful idiots. That's what I'm pissed off about. And as your mother, I don't see why you're more than okay with those degenerates than me, your own mother. I've come to realize that I just need a little bit of space. Mrs. Lucia told you that it'd be a great idea to establish boundaries. Hope that the doors would be enough and you wouldn't have to actually confront Mother. Ah, I see. That therapist is injecting these delusions into your head. I knew that sending you there was a mistake. My one chance at fixing you, and she just had to go and just screw it all up. Here I was thinking she gave you pills, whole heart solution. But no, she's just making you talk. Just whining about everything it's supposed to do for you. I hoped it would stop you from going off the deep end again. Somehow Mrs. Lucia is making you worse. I don't know how this is worse than your sliced up, bloody body being found by Mother. I had to do it in a way that she found you, huh? You're training to be a detective. Surely you could have made yourself disappear instead of that. Reading so deeply into crime articles could have done you some good if you successfully disappeared. It's all something you hate thinking about. Hate that you even have these thoughts. Wish that you could just give up your life to someone who actually wants to live. Only then you would not hate these thoughts. Sweetie, I know what this woman is doing. She's gonna make you spill everything out to her, then hurt you later. Girl, what? I know how women like that work, cause you are those women. You are that woman. Why are you able to tell her so much? Why are you so proud with me, your mother? What, do you think my advice is horrible? You listen more to this random bitch? I trust you more. I still don't get why you're bringing all this up now of all times. Freaking liar. Are you really just saying all that shit about trusting me to shut me up? Yes, absolutely yes. No, I'm not saying that just to shut you up. Feel her eyes scanning your body from head to toe. You're old enough now to run into the arms of some adulterous bitch and leave me to rot all alone. But because of how much I love you, I'll never let her take you from me. That's what you're worried about? Someone taking me from you? You don't get why she's worried about that. You already resolved yourself to staying with Mother until she dies. No! Be free from her. You're trying to make me out to be the crazy one, huh? Amazing. Just amazing coming from you of all people. You have expected her to grab your wrists and force your coat and sweater sleeves up. Thankfully, you chose to do it on your upper arms instead of your forearms. Oh, so he was harming himself. Mother, I'm not saying that you're crazy. All I want to know is why you're so concerned now of all times. I already told you, being 18 and all, you're gonna leave me to waste away, all for some frivolous affairs. I want those temptations in your head to be smothered out. Now, what were you doing before I entered? Changing, right? Ugh, I do it. Ugh. And he won't, leave her because he feels like it's his duty to take care of her. Go on, if you're gonna treat me like an equal, you should have no problem doing that. Like a deer in headlights, you freeze up. What's with the hesitation? You don't want to do it? No. Not defiance won't get you anywhere. Take it off. That woman he was talking about was his mom. Off comes the dark coat. Even with the sweater on, you feel like a bird without its feathers. Her gaze tells you she's dissatisfied. Off comes the sweater. A horrible mistake, really. Oh, Oliver, what have you done to yourself this time? What would your father think? You could have been him. You should have. But you just had to go and do this to yourself, huh? You need to learn to be grateful that I'm here. You're my baby doll. I get to dress you up and down. If you aren't to my liking, I'll make you become what I want. You dissociate from most of it, not the worst parts, though. Mother throws you into her room. Oh! Oh, okay. To the bed you used to come for comfort as a child. You aren't allowed to wrap the blanket around yourself. So the centipedes crawl up your skin. Mother put them on you. They came from her. Slowly but surely, they burrow into every part of your being. And they hold up tight. You beg her to stop, to which she laughs. You deserve this, she says, for daring to grow out of me. Centipedes tie the two of you too close. Feel like you're going to suffocate under all of this. Sleep doesn't come easy. You wish it did, since it would wash everything away. You don't know when Mother is going to wake up. You hope she doesn't wake up to your crying. Ever since then, so much has been ruined for you. Showers couldn't be enjoyed without seeing your tainted body. Every time Mother kissed you, you feel like the centipedes are crawling all over you again. It worked though. Centipedes anchored you to her. After all that, how could you be away from her? How could you be an equal to her if it meant that? You had to be her son, and she had to be your mother. Who else would take your tainted self other than Mother? Tried to busy what she did to you under snow. It almost worked, but you could still make out the silhouette. Oliver? Oliver? Snap back to now, pain throbbing in your head. You half expect your ego to begin giggling at the sight of you crying. But what is it that you want now? You want to give him a piece of your mind. Remind you of all that. You were so close to burying it. Pulls you into a hug, much to your surprise. I get why you want to bury it all. It's easier than reliving it. You bury your head into his arms. I'm sorry you had to go through all of this, but you can't keep denying what happened. Just like you can't keep denying Adelia's involvement in Emma's murder. I don't know why we stay with her when she does that to us. Don't have anyone left. She does hurt me a lot. I don't know how much more I can take. It's been like this ever since father died. But if I don't stay, I really will be all alone. You know me best. Everyone I care about just disappears except for mother. Father never saw Mrs. Barrett's case. I never saw Mrs. Lucia again after being transferred over. And Emma, besides, it was father's last wish. I have to take care of mother. I have to stay with her. What if I told you that assumption was wrong? All we heard from father was take care of your before seeing Adelia, right? He never finished his last words. He loved you more than that monster of a woman. I know he did. That's what I wanted you to realize. That maybe, just maybe, you're tying us to her for no reason. All your memories of her, they've all been horrible. How can what she did bring us closer to her? We now have an easy way to get her away from us. There's no way in hell she didn't order the hit. What makes you so certain? You don't see it? You do see the motivation. Ever since you saw Emma's torn up breast, it's been in the back of your mind. Emma liked you. You gave her the time of day. That's all it took for her to end up on the Cardinal River. But you didn't like to think of it at that, and how it tied back to your 18th birthday. It makes you feel grosser than usual. If you just send her to prison, you'll be free from the chains that bind you to this broken family. What do you say? I totally will. Like, this is freaking tragic. Oh my god. I was really hoping it wouldn't go in that direction, but it did. I will. You know what? You're right. I'm sick of it all. I'm sick of her hurting me. Even when I do what she wants, she's never satisfied. Now, in honesty, it's starting to feel more and more like she's actively looking for a fight. Doesn't matter how good I am to her. Guess that Emma was the last straw, huh? I guess so. You know that we were just friends, maybe just acquaintances, but being around Emma, I didn't feel so on edge. She listened, and I know that's just basic manners. But I didn't feel like I had to pretend around her. Because other people in your life made you feel the same, right? They did, but Emma was around for so long that I guess I got too attached. A thought pops into your mind. One you never would have had until this dream. One that's been stewing in the back of your head ever since your 18th birthday. I wonder if she lied. I wonder if Adelia lied. About what? About Mrs. Lucia. According to Mother, Adelia, Mrs. Lucia said that I was too much to handle. That's why I was transferred over. Shortly after that appointment with Dr. Hampton, I saw a missing persons poster for her. Oh my gosh, she got rid of the therapist. Oh wow. Okay. I can't help but wonder how many more bodies are under Cardinal River. I say that because Mrs. Lucia went missing during the winter, when the river was frozen over. Not how I only found Emma after going under myself. It wouldn't shock me if there were more bodies. For the longest time, I thought it was all my fault. That maybe I was the one bringing misfortune to them. Exactly what Adelia wanted. I don't know how I didn't see any of this earlier. It was staring me right in the face. You're not calling her mother. That's new. I can't call her mother anymore. Because when I think of mother, I think of those few happy times we had together. And I think about how she might love me under all these arguments. Maybe she did at some point, in a healthy way. But Adelia is what I'm able to see now. Adelia Hollows, the woman who butchered Emma Greenwood. It's still terrifying. The fact that she's a murderer? No, I mean what happens afterwards. The house is going to be so hollow without her. And I just can't see myself with anyone. That's the thing though. You're never really going to be alone. Just remember how when all this started, Adelia was all pissed about you busy in the graveyard? I'll bet that it was all to make you forget that you're never alone. She wanted you to forget. That I'll always be here with you. You melt into his arms. What if my last words were, "Take care of yourself"? Slowly the snowfall came to a halt. Around the two of you, the frozen forest thaws over. Moths begin to break out of the forest, fluttering their wings. All kinds of memories fill your head. Some of them are horrible, much like the ones you've seen thus far, and the others are of the happy times you had in your life. Before this moment, your last memories of father consisted of coughed up blood, a hospital bed, and a burial. Whenever you thought of him, those terrifying memories flooded into your head. Really did it consist of the happy times you had together. It was your childhood, the childhood Aaliyah stole from you the moment father died. Childhood she ripped to shreds when you turned 18. You miss him. You know that this dream will end soon, along with this vision of father. Maybe you'll be able to remember this moment instead of the grief from his death. You hope so. You also hope that it'll give you the strength to confront her, put a stop to all she's done. It's not going to be easy, is it? It won't be. But I know you have it in you. I know that you'll be able to let go of her. Just like I know you'll be able to let go of me. And this is the end of the chapter. Justice. I really would like for Oliver to get justice because his mother did that to him. She made sure he was isolated, first of all. I knew it was gonna go into the point like those mothers that, I don't know, like their husbands aren't like being the husband they wanted to be. So she was trying to mold her son into what she wanted to be, like her, quote unquote partner, the perfect partner that she wanted her husband to be, that her husband couldn't. And then she took advantage of him and, essayed him and whatnot because she wanted to keep him all to herself. Because when we turned 18 and we saw that he was getting looks and stares from people, she was like, I have to keep him or else he'll be taken away from me. And then that's how she did that. And he was just stuck in this guilt. I feel like he felt guilt, like, from his father. Like, he thought that his father said to take care of his mother. So that's what he did. He wanted to fulfill his father's dying wishes, and he felt guilt of leaving his mother all alone. It's like, my mom's alone, then there's no one to take care of her. Father's dead. Like, she'll just be, like, sad. It was just that guilt that was eating away from him. And he buried his memories, so, I don't blame him for burying his memories. They're just too painful for him, I guess. But that was just, that made me really sad. This is the end of chapter 4. Chapter 5 is only going to be all about justice. I hope he gets his justice in the end. But, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you liked it. Bye.